Welcome to a huge day for Arsenal and for Arsenal women, playing the North London derby here at Emirates Stadium. A huge day, and we're going to smash the WSL attendance record, which was previously set in November 2019 when 38,000 people watched this fixture, but the reverse fixture at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And it just shows you what a multiplying effect what the Lionesses did this summer has had. But for the players, this is business as usual. They've played here several times last season. They're going to play here several more times this season. So the Emirates, it is home to them. They're not losing home advantage today. They beat Tottenham here 4 months ago by 3-0. And for Arsenal as well, this is a huge opportunity to build up a lead at the top of the WSL. They beat Brighton on their opening game last Friday 4-0, and both Chelsea and Manchester City fell to shock defeats. And both of those teams play each other tomorrow. So Arsenal have a big opportunity to build up a bit of a lead over at least one of those teams. So for the players, it's business as usual, but for everyone connected with Arsenal and Arsenal women, today is a huge day, and let's hope we get the right result at the end of it. Tottenham, as a reminder, have never beaten Arsenal in a North London derby yet. So atmosphere already starting to build here at Emirates Stadium. We've just seen the starting lineups, and really the positions to keep an eye on this season in terms of the starting lineups are the fullbacks. So Laura Wienreuter very much fighting with Noelle Maritz for that right back slot, which we didn't see that much of last season. Laura Wienreuter gets the nod today, and we've got Steph Catley at left back with Katie McCabe pushed up onto the left wing. That means no space in the starting lineup for Stina Blackstenius, who's scored in the first 2 games of this season. Instead, Caitlin Ford is going to play through the centre, but it's important to point out that Arsenal have a big Champions League game in Amsterdam on Wednesday night at Ajax. The first leg finished 2-2. They have to win to go through to the group stages. So some of those players who are on the bench today, like Stina, like Noelle Maritz, probably likely to play on Wednesday night, but Caitlin Ford in particular, I think, a player to keep an eye on today. She scored twice in this fixture last season, and she started the season brilliantly. So let's hope that's a prescient prediction from me that we're going to get a big game from Caitlin today. Arsenal dominating as you'd expect. Where they're really cutting Spurs open though is on that left-hand side. Caitlin Ford peeling out there to kind of create numerical superiorities. Don't know where the goal came from Beth Mead as well. But the kind of game you'd expect so far, and as we expected, Spurs being pretty physical. So half-time, it's Arsenal 2, Tottenham 0 at Emirates Stadium. Arsenal completely dominant, particularly on the left-hand side. Tottenham, Jonas Eidevall actually in his pre-match press conference spoke about how a lot of teams change what they do against Arsenal, and Tottenham have done that today. They played Ashley Neville, who usually plays at right wing-back. They've put her over on the left, and the kind of end result of that is that Spurs have been wide open down that side, and where Arsenal have started Caitlin Ford in the centre, she's drifting out to that left-hand side, and Catley, McCabe, Ford are just cutting them open again and again. First goal very early from Beth Mead on that left-hand side after Arsenal cut them open there again. Several chances, total territorial dominance, and then they got the second goal that they deserved just before half-time when Caitlin Ford pressed a loose pass out from the back for Spurs. It went through to Vivienne Miedema. Miedema was one-on-one. You don't need me to tell you what happens when that happens. So it's 2-0 at half-time. Arsenal in total control. This is exactly how they would have wanted the first half to go. However, Spurs have got to come out and do something now, and I wouldn't mind betting that they switch Ashley Neville back to the right and at least try to do something to get back into this game, because really they can't do what they've done in the first half and just sit and wait to get beat. So it finished at Emirates Stadium, Arsenal 4, Tottenham 0. We've spoken to Jonas Eidevall, spoken to Leah Williamson as well, and those quotes will go up on Sunday evening. But one of the things I asked Leah about, because this is Arsenal's 8th consecutive WSL clean sheet, is the partnership that she struck up with Hafaeli at centre-half, and she was very complimentary about the way Hafa plays, the way she plays football, her physical strength, and obviously she got on the score sheet today with, I think, her 9th or 10th shot of the season so far, which is pretty good going for a centre-back. And you can see that Arsenal have really worked on that set-piece threat, scoring twice from set pieces today. In the end, just a really thoroughly deserved victory. I think there were probably room for a couple more goals for Arsenal. And Tottenham, I don't know what the shot count was, but very low. Certainly nothing on target, I don't think. And Jonas was talking that up post-match, he was talking up how Spurs didn't even have a chance, and that was one of the things he was most pleased about. He also talked up the performances of Kim Little and Katie McCabe, and he said, you know, Katie McCabe's controlled aggression, her ability to link the forward line in the midfield was really fantastic, and he talked about Kim Little and he referred to her as phenomenal just in the way that she's able to understand space, hold on to the ball in tight spaces. I think we saw all of that today. And I think what you saw as well, I listened to Rhiann Skinner's post-match press conference, and she talked about Spurs being tentative, which I kind of took for code for maybe a little bit overawed by the occasion. She also talked about how her players found communication difficult with 50,000 people here, and obviously that's something that Arsenal players are more used to than Spurs players, I think, and I think you saw that as well today. And obviously we had a record WSL attendance today. 47,000 people showed up, all paid tickets as well, and Jonas was very, very clear about how important that is, and I really, really hope that those people come back. I mean, they've seen us batter Tottenham, play really, really well. I can't imagine anything better for bringing people back, but the next game that's going to be at Emirates Stadium in the WSL is against Manchester United in November, and that's during the World Cup when there's no men's football, no Premier League anyway, and that's going to be a much closer game. Manchester United are a better team, and I really, really think if we can get a similar crowd for that game again, then you know, that will really, really help, because last season Arsenal didn't win that fixture. They drew 1-1 with United at Boreham Wood. If we've got 45,000 or more here again for that game, I think it will really, really make a difference. And I just really hope that people can see what a fantastic team this is, but not just what a fantastic team this is, that this is a team worth investing in emotionally. I don't think people have qualms over the product, as it were. I think it's about investing in the characters, and you really saw Beth Mead went off just before the end, and she just did a little kind of, because she went off on the other side, she went round the stadium, she got a standing ovation, and you could hear how loud the ovation was for some of those England players in particular, and I think that's really important, creating a bond with the players so that people want to come back and watch them again. For today, as always, North London is red. What more can you say?